niya nasa verse 1. Si Auseros. I, Daniel, understood the books of the number of the years whereof the word of the Lord came. Who? To Jeremiah the prophet. So, pinag-aaralan ngayon ni Daniel yung prophecy ni Jeremiah. Kaya sa account ng chapter 25, Pakitos 25 verse 11,
Jeremiah.
diyan, binabasa ni Daniel yung prophecy na yan. Pakiyan lang. Please lang po. And the whole land shall be desolation and astonishment. And this nation shall serve the king of Babylon for 70 years. So, may nakalagay dito. 70 years. Na ang Israel ay magsaserve for 70 years servitude. Ngayon, sa captive nung panahon na, bata pa si Daniel, maybe 18 years old, 17 years old, 3 deportation ang captivity na nangyari sa kanila, sinabi ni Jeremiah. Then first deportation, second deportation, third deportation, na kumpleto yun, na sila ay dalhin. Saan? Sa Babylon, under by King Nebuchadnezzar. So, sinabi na ni Jeremiah, yan yung binabasa ni Daniel. So, alam ni Daniel, at the time na natapos na yung prophecy for 70 years, sinilip ulit niya yung chapter 29, verse 10, basahin natin. Dito, servitude. So, tinitingnan niya yung flee ng Israel for Babylon. Here. Moreover, I will take from them the voice of mirth and the voice, ito ba yun? No, sa 29:11. Okay, for I know the thoughts and think toward the Lord. 29 verse 4. For I know the 10, verse 10. For thus said the Lord, that after 70 years be accomplished at Babylon, I will visit you and perform my good word toward you in causing you to return. Babalik sila.
After 70 years.
After 70 years. So yan yung binabasa ni Daniel. Captivity for 70. After ng 70 finish, binasa ni Daniel sa chapter 9, verse 1 and verse 2. Now, yung return dyan, kailan sila pinabalik? That is 445 BC. Sa ibang account, merong 4 up, 57, o meron pang iba-iba kasi. So, yun ang start ng pagsauli o pagbalik nila sa kanilang bayan. So, anong imperyo na sakop yan? That is the Medes. Medo-Persia. That is 445 BC. Ngayon, pagbabasahin po natin yung Daniel 9, sabi sa after verse 1, verse 2, nag-pray siya. And verse 3, bago nag-24 up to 27, Daniel 9. And the first 9, verse 23. At the beginning of thy supplication, the commandment came forth, and I came forth you to thee. For thou art greatly beloved, therefore understand the matter and consider the vision. Na ngayon, ang kausap niya rito, isang anghel, ang pangalang Gabriel, binigay sa kanya ang vision. Okay, nasa ang vision? Verse 24. Ito na. 70 weeks of Daniel. 70 weeks are determined. So look, determine upon thy people and upon the holy city to finish the transgression and to finish the end of sins and to make reconciliation for iniquity and bring in everlasting righteousness and to seal up the vision and prophecy and anoint the most holy. That is the intended purpose of the 70 weeks. Ang tawag po namin dyan, sixfold purposes. So yung process na, i-restore sila for 490 years. 490 years restoration nila. Dadaan sila sa ganito kalagayan. Okay? Tatapusin nila yan. Just to finish the transgression of Israel. That's the purpose of 70 weeks. Okay. So, sabi, verse 25, by 3 divisions or 3 stages. The first stage is 7 years. Now therefore I understand from the going forth of the commandment to restore and to build Jerusalem unto the Messiah. The prince shall be 7 weeks. So here is 7 weeks. Tapos sumunod, and 3 score. 1 score is 20. So 3 score is 62. And 2 weeks. The street shall be built again, and the wall even at troublous times. 26. And after 3 score and 2 weeks shall Messiah be cut off. So after 3 score and 2 weeks, Messiah will be cut off. Kailan yun? The Messiah will be cut off. That is 69 weeks. Yun po yung cut off. Siguro dito tayo maghihiwalay sa mga kapatid dating SDA. So after that the Messiah will be cut off, the time will be post. So anong panahon ang pumasok? Hindi po panahon ng Israel. Anong panahon? That is the time of the Gentiles. So, kita ba ni Daniel to? Hindi. Kita ba ng mga propeta to sa lumang tipan? Hindi rin. Sino nakakita? Yung mga apostles. At saka yung the rest of the, yung mga apostol na original, 12, and then si Paul. Nakakita niyan. So, ano to? Ito ang Gentiles. Totoo ba yan? Yes. So, when the Messiah will be cut off, meron pang natitira, may remaining pang 1 week kasi 69 eh. So, 70 weeks ang topic natin. So, nung na-cut off ng 69, meron na iwang 1 linggo. Yun ang controversial ngayon. So, itong panahon ng Gentiles, hindi po kasama sa prophecy yan. Nakalihim po yan. Hindi hayag. So, nakalagay sa Romans chapter 25, basahin natin. 11:25. Paki-post. Paki-post lang po, 11. Mabilis yung oras natin. Sino? For I would not, brethren, that you should be ignorant of this mystery, lest you be wise. Anong mystery? Nawala sa senaryo ng Israel. Nag-blind po sila. This mystery, lest you be wise in the concept that the blindness is in part happened to Israel. So, nag-blind po sila sa panahon dumating na ito sa hintil. Hindi nila alam yan. So, sabi nga nun, that the blindness is part happened to Israel until the fullness of the Gentiles be come in. So, meron pong inupupos na panahon sa paghahayag para sa mga hintil. Ngayon, pag sabi, kapag natapos na yung panahon na yon, then, ito po yung natitirang linggo. Nasa verse 26. Verse 26. So this is a proven that after the Gentiles, time ng dispensation ng Gentiles, meron po nakasingit pang panahon para sa kanila. And that is Romans 11 verse 26. Sabi dito, and so, pagkatapos ng Gentile dispensation, and so, all Israel shall be, sabihin natin, saved.
Amen.
Maliligtas po sila. Hindi naman pwedeng itong panahon na yan, atras yan, no? Kasi pumasok ang Gentiles, so nawala ang Israel sa senaryo sa panahon ng hintil. So pagkatapos ng mga hintil, saka maliwanag yan. Saka pa lang ang Israel ay maliligtas. Kailang panahon? Sa last part ng 70th week, which is 1 week remaining. Last part ng 1 week. That is 7 years period. Di pa yan nangyari. Saan naka-account yan? Let's go to Daniel 9:27. Ito po. And he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. Itong 1 week na ito, nakahiwalay sa 7, nakahiwalay sa 62, hiniwalay ni Daniel. Hiniwalay no anghel kay Daniel. Sabi, and he shall confirm the covenant for many for 1 week in the midst of that week. He shall cause the sacrifice and oblation to cease. Ititigil niya ang hain, and for the overspreading of the abomination, he shall make it desolate. Look, even until the consummation that determined shall be poured upon the desolate. So may desolation po, kailan? Sa panahon nito. Last part, sa huling natitirang 70th week, sa kalahati nun, meron pong tinatawag na desolate. At ang sabi ni Daniel sa chapter 11, yung desolation, prove na hindi lang 3.5 yun. Let's go to Daniel 11, verse 12. And take a look at your heart. 11. Chapter 12, verse 11. 12:11. And from the time that the daily sacrifice, look, shall be taken away, and the abomination that make desolate set up. Itong prophecy na ito, hindi pa ito nangyari. Hindi pa yan nangyari sa panahon ng kasaysayan ng Israel. That is already a prophecy. Sabi niya nun, abomination that make desolate set up, there shall be 1,290 days. Pag sinabing 1,290 days, sumobra ng ilan? 30 days. Ano ang prophecy? 1 to 60. So, meaning to say, yung prophecy na yun, hindi pa nangyari. Bakit? So, sobra yan sa panahon before the millennium. And that is the second coming of Jesus Christ. Dito siya bababa sa sobrang panahon na yun. So, meron 30 days.
Ano mangyayari?
So, ito yung abomination that make desolate. Bakit? Yung Antikristo, sa panahon na yan, sisirain niya ang tipan. Pagkatapos niya nakipag-isa sa bayan ng Israel, but in the midst of the week, he shall cause the sacrifice. Pinatigil niya ang hain by the two-prophet ministry. And then meron siyang nangyaring 1-2-60, yung Antichrist, hindi nga actually naubos niya yung 1-2-60. Meron tayong mga quotes at 1 Thessalonians, 2 Thessalonians. Hindi na natin kasi kulang tayo sa oras. So, the abomination that make desolate remain for 1-2-90. Okay, here. Ayan o. Ito po. Ito yung last 1-2-60. Kasi na-consume na ng Antichrist yung 1-2-60. So, remaining 1-2-60 before the Armageddon. Anong kita? Ito pong wrath. Itong wrath na ito, nagsisimula sa Linggo po. Sa 18 ng fires ng Armageddon. So here, that is 30 days, within 30 days, after ng 1-2-60. So mayroong natitirang 30 days for 1-90. So 30 days ito. Ano nangyayari? Armageddon, andyan ang mga talata. Hindi na natin babasahin. And that is the second coming of Christ and the saints of old, from the Old Testament and the New Testament. At saka dito sa panahon nito, yung mga pinatay dito sa tribulation, hahabol pa sila sa panahon nito. Dahil hindi pwede bumaba si Kristo na may saints sa lupa, mayroong blood ni Kristo na namatay because of his persecution. Hindi papayag si Kristo nun. Bubuhayin muna sila at sabay baba si Kristo, magsasalubong sila sa kalagitnaan nito. May time ba? Pakisilip na yung time. Okay, may 2 minutes. So, sasalubong yun. Ang sabi sa prophecy, the intended purpose of 70 weeks, sa Vatican lang, nagkautang sila, debt. So, babayaran nila for 90 years. So, sakto. Pagtapos ng 490 years, nitong last part ng 70th week, it's equivalent, sakto ng 490. Tapos yung anin na purpose, intended purpose. Ano yun? Yung transgression of the Israel. Tatapusin yun. So, meaning to say, pagtapos nun, sabi kay Daniel, yung angel, tapos ang kasalanan ng Israel at sila'y papasok for reign in this millennium. Hindi sila pwedeng matapos na may pagkakautang sila sa sabbatical land. Binayaran nila. Nakumpleto na yung 483. Tama ba? 483 when the Messiah will be cut off. Tama? Okay. So magkakaiba lang tayo pagdating dito. Kasi kayo tuloy-tuloy pa, di ba? May continually. So anyway, ito po ay presentation po namin. Kaya makukumpleto yung 490 at the end of the tribulation period. Tapos yung sinabi, pakipost niya kung may oras pa. Daniel 9:26. Dito ko na po, babasahin ko lang po ito. And after 3 weeks, the Messiah will be cut off, and not for himself, and the people of the prince that shall come shall destroy the city and sanctuary, and the end thereof shall be a flood. Tuloy, 20, saan ba yun? 27 ata. Yan, yung 6 first, nasa 25. 25. The finish of transgression. The 7 weeks are determined upon thy people and upon the holy city to finish that is 490. To finish the transgression, yung nakasalanan ng Israel. Ano yung naging transgression nila? Sinira nila ang kautusan ng Panginoon by His law, by God's law. Ano? Kautusan na sinira nila? Sabbatical land. Doon sila sinisingil for 70 years. Maraming kasalanan ng Israel, pero yung pagsingil sa kanila ng 490 ay utang nila. That's why they served for Babylon for 70 years. Bakit? Kasi yun ang transgression na. Sabi, babasahin ko na lang po umabot sa silo na. Babasahin ko lang. Ano yun? To finish transgression, to make an end of sins. Ano yun? To make reconciliation for iniquity, to bring in everlasting righteousness, and to seal up the vision. So tatapusin yung prophecy. Walang maiiwang prophecy sa Israel, tatapusin yun. The prophecy and to anoint the most last part. Pagbaba ni Kristo, nakaset up yung templo sa millennium, papasok si Kristo sa millennium. Hindi pa nangyari yan. Mangyayari pa lang. So, yun lang.
Yung binanggit ni Barlito, Brother Gillier, ang turo ng SDA, paki-flash na, Sister Erica. Ang turo ng SDA, tapos na ang 70 weeks. Ang turo ng, katulad din ng Saksi ni Jehovah. Doon ba sa INC, hindi pa tapos, no? Meron pang isang linggo. Okay. So, ito ang turo ng SDA. Nung pinako si Kristo, yan, pakilapit na lang. Ako, hindi camera ko, malayo rin. Dapat malapit ang camera ko. Nung si Kristo nag-ministry, yan na raw ang 69th week. Yan ang turo ng SDA at Saksi ni Jehovah na napulot ni Barbanam. Okay, pakilapit nga, Sister Erica, yung nasa itaas. Yan, iusog mo doon sa dulo. Nakikita niyan? Lakihan mo pa, Sister Erica. Lakihan mo pa. Yan, lakihan pa. Usog doon, usog. Okay, makita mo yan, ha? Okay, nakita niya yan. Brother Gillier, nakita mo yan? Yan ang turo ng Saksi ni Jehovah at SDA. Si Kristo ay binautismuhan nung 69th week. Pinatay nung 69.5 week. Tapos, natapos na ang 70 weeks nung after 3.5 years pa sa panahon ni Esteban. Ngayon, so binasa ni Barlito kanina sa Daniel 9:24, kung matutupad ang 70 weeks, magkakaroon ng katapusan ng kasalanan ang Israel at ang buong mundo. So, ibig sabihin, may salungat. Niradyo ko to binibati ako Binabasa ko yung babasahin ng SDA, nagalit sa akin, wala akong karapatan kasi libro namin yan. Tapos sabi ko, ilalapot ko lang naman ang aral nyo Wala naman masama i-report ang aral nyo, di ba? Ito yung aral nyo. Pumunta pa sila sa radyo, nagdebate kami. Ngayon, for my camera, kung makita yung itim. Ito yung 69, ito yung 69.5. Bakit ko pala ito ina-emphasize? Ina-emphasize ko kasi sa end time message, kilala niyo yung mga follower ni Barbanam. May ganyang aral din na kalahati ng last week kinain na ni Kristo. Yung half week kinain na ni Kristo. So, gusto ko ipakita na mali yan. Punta tayo sa Daniel 9:27. Yan ba ay Antichrist o si Kristo? Ang turo nila sa Daniel, pakibasa Daniel 9:27 lahat. Asa na yung bagong dating na ano? Walang nag-aampon, di naampon. Hindi nyo inaampon. Okay. So, pakibasa Bardillier. Ay, nandiyan ka, marirecord. Marirecord. Pakibasa nga, Daniel 9:27. Pakiampon nga yung ating bisita. Dali, Barbina, take her under your family. Maging nanay kayo. Bardillier, pakibasa. Gusto ko lang ma-record sa camera eh. And he shall confirm a covenant with many for 1 week. In the midst of the week, he shall cause the sacrifice and oblation to cease. Ito yung turo ng SDA, saksi niyo na napulot ni Barbanam. Si Kristo raw, yung nagpatigil ng handog. Si Kristo raw, yung nag-confirm ng covenant with many for 1 week. And in the midst of the week daw, pinatigil niya yung handog. Ito yung paliwanag. Sagot. Noong time ba ni Christ tumigil ang handog sa Israel? Hindi. Ang magpapatigil ng handog, ito. Ang saksi kasi, tsaka SDA, wala silang prophetic sa Israel. Ang tito ko prophetic sa Israel, ang Israel ay babalik ulit bilang bansa. At yung Israel magtatayo uli ng kanilang templo, ang Israel maghahandog ulit. At yung magpapatigil ng handog ng Israel, Antikristo na yun po. Yung papasi. So, nung pinaliwanag na si Kristo nagpatigil, hindi si Kristo nagpatigil ng handog. Si Kristo, siya yung hinandog. Okay, tanong? Offering. Ganito nga, sabi dun sa Daniel, pinatigil ang handog. Hindi pinatigil ni Kristo yung handog. Alam niyo ba kahit sa milenyo may handugan pa? Kahit sa milenyo may handugan pa yung Israel. So, ang ibig sabihin ng SDA, si Kristo ang handog, hindi na yung handog na tupa ang ikaliligtas mo, kundi si Kristo. Pero ang nakasulat sa Bible, pinatigil ang handog. Yung nagpapatigil ng handog, yan yung Antikristo ng Roma. Pag iti-take over niya ang Jerusalem, may future prophecy pa to. May dagdag ako. Sige. Ang ibig sabihin ganito, sa time ng namatay si Kristo, naghahandog pa sila ng tupa. Ang pinag-usapan po, yung time ng middle of the week, tumigil ba yung paghahandog ng tupa ng mga Israel? Tumigil, hindi. Hindi, di ba? Tuloy-tuloy pa yung handog. Sa panahon na lang ni Titus, tumigil.
Yung tanong mo para malinaw.
Sige,
Oh. I-record yung tanong para malinaw.
Ulit yung tanong.
Okay.
Nabanggit mo kanina na nagpapatuloy pa rin ang handugan. Ibig kong sabihin na hanggang ngayon naghahandog pa rin ba kayo rito pa?
Hindi kami. Ang Israel, sa time na si Kristo ay middle of the week, tuloy pa ang handog nila. Kasi ang prophecy ay in the midst of the week, ito yun turo ng SDA, the midst of the week. He shall cause the sacrifice and oblation to cease. So ang turo ng SDA, yung middle of the week, tumigil na araw ang handog na kinukot nila sa Bible. Hindi tumigil literal ang handog sa time na yan. Okay? Ay, hindi ngayon Siyempre, tinutukoy mo yan. Sagutin kita ngayon. Kailan tumigil ang handugan ng Israel? Ito, pakibasa. Daniel 9:26. Pakibasa. Basahin mo na lang dito. Pakirecord yan. Lakas.
And after 3 score in 2 weeks, shall Messiah
Sige, basa bulong. Yung taga-camera ang magbasa, hindi kayo. Kayo mamingil basa bulong. Pakibasa na lang para ma-record ng Barmachelan. Pakibasa yung 9:26.
And after 60 and 2 weeks shall Messiah be cut off, but not for himself. And the people of the prince that shall come shall destroy the city and the sanctuary, and the end thereof shall be with a flood.
Dito tumigil ang handog, Brother Gillier. Nung pinatay si Christ, hindi pa tumigil. Na-cut off, the Messiah cut off. After 60 and 2 weeks, so sa 69th daw, pinatay. Hindi siya pinatay 69, pinatay siya eksaktong 69, sabi dyan, no? Ngayon, after 3 and 2 weeks, shall Messiah cut off. And the people of the prince, sino yung people of the prince? Si Titus. Si General Titus, 70 AD na. So malayo yan sa 33 AD. 70 AD na, dumating si Titus, winasak ang templo ng tauhan niya. Natigil ang handog. Natigil ang handog. So, mali ang paliwanag, natigil ang handog doon sa pagkamatay ni Christ. Ang tamang paliwanag, ang tigil ng handog, 70 AD. Kaya tanong mo, ngayon ba naghahandog pa ba kayo ng tupa? Hindi tayo, Israel. Naghahandog pa ba Israel? Hindi na. Kasi 70 AD pa lang, putol na. Wala pang templo. Okay. Tanong?
Pastor, gusto ko lang linawin yung sinabi namin ni Brother Gullier na pagpapatigil ng handog. Kasi may mababasa ako na pagdating ni Kristo, natigil talaga ang paghahandog. Ito mababasa natin, sundan ninyo, Hebreo 10:5 hanggang patuloy. Ito sabi, kahit pagdating ni Kristo, yan, pagdating ni Kristo sa sanlibutan, ay sinabi niya, hindi ang mga alay at hindi nais mo ang mga alit mga handog, ngunit ipinaganda mo ko ng isang katawan. At ang mga handog na sinusunog sa mga handog para sa mga kasalanan ay hindi ka nalulugod.
Okay.
Kaya nung time na dumating si Kristo sa sanlibutan, natigil na yung paghahandog.
Okay, papaliwanag ko yan ha.
Okay.
Ang tamang wording hindi natigil ang handog. Ang tinatanggap ng Diyos. Ang tinatanggap ng Diyos yung handog ni Kristo at hindi na yung handog ng mga tupa. Hindi tumigil ang handog ng mga Israelita. Ang pagtanggap ng Diyos ay nalipat kay Kristo at hindi na sa tupa. Pagtanggap yun, hindi paghahandog. Okay? Ang handog tutuloy pa rin ng Diyos yan sa millennium. Okay? Pag nabalik ang templo, itutuloy ang handog. Daniel 12:11. Bakit patitigilin ng Antikristo yung handog? Kasi sasakupin niya yung Jerusalem sa tribulation period.
Kasi
Ang SDA saksi, walang tribulation period na 7 years. May 3.5 years. Ang pinaka-tribulation period nila, church ages. Okay? Meron pa ba minuto? Ano?
Okay.
Pwede naman sila sumusok.
Sige, tayo, brother.
Pwede naman sila mag-present. Pwede naman sila mag-present.
Pwede kayo mag-present ha? Bar period saka bar... Pwede kayo mag-present po ha? Pagkatapos ng sa akin, siguro 5 minutes lang ako. Anin ko lang yung computation. Hindi ko to nasabi kay Brother Princy nung debate namin sa Arcillas. Gusto ko lang din namin, walang sinabi dito na tinigil ang sacrifice and offering. Sabi dito, ayaw ng Diyos tanggapin ang mga sacrifice and offering. Yung born offering, sin offering, hindi niya tatanggapin yun na gano'n. Ang tatanggapin niya si Kristo, yung offering ni Jesus. Pero hindi sinabing tinigil.
Yeah.
Walang linagay na inalis eh. Sana inalis. Wherefore, when he cometh into the world, he said, sacrifice and offering thou wouldest not, but a body that hast thou prepared me. Verse 6, in burnt offering, basa na 9. Ayaw. Then he said, no, I come to do the will of God. He taketh away the first. What is the first? That he may establish the second. Ang tanong, kailan naalis? Naalis naman talaga. Kailan? Hindi sa time ni Jesus. And until now, from here to here, may naghahandog pa bang Hudyo? May Jewish pa dito na naghahandog. Kailan nga natigil 70 AD? Bakit? Sinira na yung templo. So, relevant pa rin yung sinasabi namin na hindi sa Hebrews 10:6 ang pagtanggal ng offering ng bull ship, hindi nun inalis. Oo. Ang pag-alis, yung ibig sabihin ninyong sinasabi, yung tinatanggap ng Diyos. Hindi na tinatanggap ng Diyos yung mga offering dito nung si Kristo ay dumating. Pero hindi natanggal yung paghahain ng handog. Okay? Iba yung inalis dun sa tinatanggap. Oo, hindi. Obvious yan eh. Pwede na pag-usapan yan sa isang dialogue. Okay, ito yung aking ito yung aking computation dito. This is very debatable yung computation pagdating sa 70 weeks of Daniel. Why? May tatlong klaseng decree. May 3 decree na binigay. Yung first decree, the second decree, yung third decree. Kung hindi, for your information, yung first decree, sino yung nag-decree ng to rebuild the temple and restore Jerusalem again? Yung una, si Cyrus. Bahala na kayo sa verse. Ayaw, hindi ko na bibigay. Yung second, yung best friend ni Daniel. Sino yung best friend ni Daniel? Hindi, si Darius. Si Darius muna. No? Then after that, syempre, si Artaxerxes na. Pero, hindi pa yun agad na naitayo. Mayroon pang confirming again. Yung i-establish ulit yan, ipapabuklat ulit. So yung third yun, no? And which is, agree ang SDA dito. The same kami dito. The problem is ito, yung 26 ng Daniel 9:25. Bakit check? Dito kami nagkasalubong eh, 25. Know therefore and understand from the going forth of the commandments. Pinagtatalunan to ng Jehovah's Witness. Kami, debate kami ng Jehovah's Witness. Kailan ba? 457 BC o 445 BC? This is very debatable kasi pag ito ang ginamit mo, bilis lang yan. Ang tapos yan is kay Stephen. Yun yung ng SDA. Ano lang to sharing lang. Kino-quote ko lang. Pero gusto ko lang sabihin, 26 AD, yung tapos 31 AD, na cut off. Kasi 457 plus 31 AD, ilan yan? Ano ba? Sa kanila, no? Tapos, ito, 34 AD.
490 years.
Sa kanila yan, no? Kinukot ko lang. Pwede rin i-plus niya dito. Pero, ito ay mamamali. Why? Bakit mamamali? Ito yung mali. Sa mismong talata, sabi nila, walang gap. Ito yung gap, oh. Ganito kalaki yung gap na ayaw paniwalaan ng SDA. No? Ito yung 7 weeks, 62 weeks, ang linaw-linaw ng talata. In the 62 o 69 weeks, the Messiah cut off. Kailan natapos yun? Kasama yung ministry ni Jesus. Bakit sinama mo sa 70th week ito? Ha? Pakita ko lang yung verse. Sa 26. After 62 weeks, hindi kasama yung ibig sabihin, pag 62 weeks, the Messiah shall be cut off. Kasama pati ministry ni Kristo. Kailan ba na-cut off? Nung start ng ministry o nung pinatay si Kristo? Nung pinatay si Kristo. So, huwag mo lang, ba't tinanggalan mo ng ba't sinama mo yan sa 70th week? Nakalagay, after 62 weeks, natapos yung 69 weeks nung siya'y na-cut off. Kailan yung cut off? Calvary. Kasama yung 3.5 ministry. So medyo doon babagsak na yung arguments. Punta tayo doon sa 27. Dito medyo iipitin ako ng gusto. Why? Sabi nila, yung si Kristo, Eh, tinanong ko, eh, sino itong he na ito? Ito. Itong he. Ang sagot ni Brother Breezy, for the record, kahit sabihin nyo sa kanya, si Kristo din. Kung yung he ay si Kristo at yung he ay si Kristo, eh di si Kristo yung nagsimula ng desolation of abomination. Right. Take note of this colon. And he shall cause the sacrifice and oblation to cease, and for the overspreading of abomination. Sino pa yung he na yun? He shall make it. So, two things ang pinag-uusapan sa 27. The Messiah, the he that shall confirm the covenant with many. And yung pangalawa, yung he na magkukos ng sacrifice and oblation to cease, and yung overspreading of the abomination. Dalawang paliwanag nila dito, si Kristo at Antikristo yan, sabi nila. Pero alam niyo ba, konektado yung unang sinabi sa verse 27 doon sa pangalawang, doon sa part B ng 27. Baka niyo, yung he shall confirm, and take note, si Kristo ba makikipag-covenant for just 1 week? Ano ang covenant ng Diyos sa tao o sa kanyang Israel? Type mo dyan, everlasting covenant. Sister, control 1 lang. Yan. Everlasting covenant. And the bow shall be in the cloud, and I will look up upon it, and I may remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of all flesh that is upon the earth. 7 years lang yan. Balik tayo sa 27. He shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. Ang tanong, sino yung many? Wala nang time. Sorry. So, isa yan. Doon babagsak yung arguments sa talata. Mr. MC.
Represent po kayo. Or, sige, katsino po sa inyo.
Maximize. Zoom lang. Everyone speak English well. English ha, English.
Okay. Magandang
Ayan, hapon, mga kaibigan. So dito, yung aming doctrines, kasi nagandahan kami sa sharing eh. Yan. So hindi ko na patatagalin. Ito yung picture na aming doctrine. Ito yung pinakabuod ng summary. Daniel. Okay. So this is the Daniel 8:14 verse 14, 2,300 prophecy. Yeah. So Seventh-day Adventists believe that this prophecy is continually historicist. Simply, we call the principle as historicist. Why historicist? Because there are four major study about this 2,300 prophecy. First is the preterism. What is preterism? Preterism focuses that 2,300 is almost fulfilled in the past. Second, futuristic. Futuristic, it focuses that 2,300 will not start at the 457 BC, but in the future. Then, third, idealistic. Idealistic, this idea focuses on this prophecy, but not believing that it will fulfill. But they have the idea about the matter. So, Seventh-day Adventist uses the fourth one. What is the fourth one? It says, historicist. We have the called the year date principle. So we're gonna read Daniel 8:14. So I will read in the phone kasi wala.
Okay, Father Denmark.
Yes po.
Verse is
Extend natin sila ng 20 din na kaya ng Kenya. So 20.
the verse.
20 kasi.
Yes, yes.
Sa projector.
Yes, Pastor.
Use the screen. Use the screen.
Okay. So yeah, Daniel 8:14 and he said, and 2,300 days, then shall be the sanctuary will be cleansed. So as I heard Pastor Lito a while ago, I don't hear any sanctuary doctrine. So I believe that the end time church has no sanctuary doctrine. So may I ask, when will be the sanctuary will be cleansed based on end time doctrine?
Do we need to answer?
Yes.
The sanctuary shall be cleansed during
Yes.
the time of.
When it will be cleansed?
It will be
Pastor?
cleansed during that after the death of Antiochus Epiphanes, when he invaded the Jerusalem.
Okay. So, 2003. May I see the okay. So we will start the counting of 457 BC. Do you agree that the founding of the Jerusalem is on 457 BC, right?
No.
Okay.
It's 445 BC.
It is the going for the commandment of Daniel 9:24.
Okay. So we will start the counting on the 457 BC. Yeah. Then in the 457 BC, okay, we will use the year-day principle that the 2,300 days will be converted into 2,300 years. Yeah. So, Brother Gulier, how about the computation here? Can you explain?
Okay, by the brethren, one of our computations during 2020 days is the dark ages. Okay, within 1,260 years. In Daniel 11, the Reformations tried to purify their faith through Bible, and Bible was massacred by Catholics under the powerful order of the Papal Rome, 538 AD, Justinian over. So it was stopped in 1798 by the power of France. French Revolution, Pope Payo XVI was captured and exiled on the island of Valence and was died there. So that's the starting where the papal power was getting its deadly wound. Then 1929, the deadly wound was slowly starting to heal during Lateran Treaty. It's the starting point that the Vatican made Pope King. No? He is a king, also he is also a priest. And he has a state that is called Vatican. Okay? Daniel 8:14, this is the story which the 2,300 days, the ending of this 2,300 days from 427 BC to 1844 AD. Ganun talaga. Ganun namin eh. Okay. Ganun talaga ako. Amin na eh. So, then, tulog yata eh. Okay, this time my dear brothers and friends, the 2,300 days, that's the starting point in which Jesus Christ, October 22, 1844, went to most holy place in heavenly sanctuary.
So he already done to cleanse the sanctuary.
Yes, that is the investigative judgment.
Why do Christ need to sanctify the sanctuary?
No, I'm not kidding. He went there to cleanse the sanctuary.
So why did Christ need to cleanse the sanctuary in heaven?
Because that is his last ministry. That Day of Atonement. His own blood. He is own be a high priest, talking to the Father to give us more time to be investigative judgment. Yeah. You don't understand that sequence if you don't understand the sanctuary doctrine. Yeah. Even Muslim admits that the Seventh-day Adventist has a unique doctrine, the sanctuary doctrine. Yeah. Okay?
We will discuss briefly about the heavenly sanctuary doctrine. So, can we flash the Hebrews 9 verse 12 in the screen? Thank you. And it says that neither by the blood of goats and calves, but the own blood he entered on the holy place, having obtained eternal redemption for us. So Hebrews chapter 9 verse 12, it describes what Jesus Christ has to do when he entered the most holy place. And it said that the redemption, because the sacrificing the blood of the animals were finished. Because in Colossians 2:14 to 16, it says that the the ceremonial law about the bringing of the blood of the animals for the atonement is done. So therefore, the atonement or the payment for our sins are being paid by Jesus Christ through His blood in the most holy place. So that is the investigative judgment and also the Christ ministry in heavenly sanctuary. Because there is sanctuary in the time of Moses. In the time of Moses, the sanctuary was made. It is copied from the heavenly sanctuary. Wait, I will search for the verse. So, okay, ito. Okay, let's go back on the Hebrews chapter 8, verse 2. Hebrews chapter 8, verse 2. It says that a minister of the sanctuary and the true tabernacle which the Lord pitched and not man. So, it says that there is a tabernacle. So in the sanctuary in the land, in the time of Moses, there is a tabernacle. So there is a tabernacle inside the sanctuary in the heaven. So it is not made by man but of God. So the sanctuary in the time of Moses was copied in the heavenly sanctuary where Jesus Christ paying our sins and meditate he will become the mediator for us. So that is the doctrine of the heavenly sanctuary. So before we continue, I would like Brother Gulyar to explain more about the 2,300 and details about the computation. So let's go back.
Okay, let's continue. So, the 2,300 days or years prophecy started from 457 BC to 1844. So, there are many events was happened, especially Dark Ages. You know, Dark Ages, even reading Bible is forbidden. When you read Bible, you will be executed publicly. Remember that the Spain conquered Philippines. Remember that? From 1521, no? There's a song, March 16, 1521. Magellan discovered by, Philippines was discovered by Magellan. Magellan was a soldier of the Pope. He was part of the 10 divided kingdom. Yes, his mission is to put crosses on which he put crosses. Naubusan kasi ako ng busa English. A foreigner is relying on you. He put crosses. You know, the first place that Magellan went, there's a foreigner listening. Pumalag bukid. Okay ka? Pagdating ni Magellan, mga kapatid, okay. Pagdating ni Magellan dito sa Pilipinas, dala niya ang krus at espada. Okay, I will try. Magellan brought sword and cross. There's no such Bible. You know that Cebu was one of the conquered islands. Cebu Island, and here Manila, and even whole Philippines was under by Spanish rule. Oh, yeah. Summer spot. Brother George, please. Kumulmon Island, Limasawa. Okay. Remember, that Filipino was being slave. Okay, we are slave of the Spanish era. You know, you know the no limit ang hearing? Rizal wrote a very controversial against Catholic doctrine statement. He said there is no such purgatory on the Bible and Old and New and even Maccabees. So Rizal was executed on Luneta. And even the Gumbursa are starting to read the Bible. They are executed. Because reading the Bible is forbidden. Within 1,260 years, Sabbath keeping is forbidden. You will be killed. Jesuit order was born. Rosicrucian was born. Freemason was born. Different secret society was created to destroy the true Christian. Okay. Penance, you know penance? You can pay your sins. If you do sins for the future, you can take an advance. For example, murder, $25 murder. You can pay $50. You can kill 2 persons and your sins are paid. That is penance. Sabado, Sunday. That is not biblical, my friend. You know, I have a book, a little book about Sunday keeping. The Catholic admits there are lots of Protestant churches left the Catholic Church. But what happened? They are laughing. Why? Because you are like a young girl trying to run away from her mother, but bringing the in her pocket. No, bringing supply. Oh, come. That's the picture. When you keep Sunday and you are Protestant, you are still her child because of Sunday. That's why this is part of revival and reformation. Even in this church, you are truly reading the Bible. There is no such order that God said Sunday is the day of worship. No such way. The Catholic Church admit 321 AD during the Dark Ages that we Constantine claimed that the Sunday is the power and mark of my authority. You cannot say in the Bible that even the apostle, okay, you keep Sunday, Sabbath is no more. Sabbath still existing today. So, okay, time 2 minutes. Worship images. When you don't worship with the place, okay, you worship Santa Catalina's statues. When you don't obey, you will be hung publicly. That's the sad story of that. Okay, for 1,046 years, it was expired on the day of when France became a superpower. You know, Pope Payo XVI was captured by General Berthier under the leadership of Napoleon Bonaparte, in which the atheism, you don't believe in God anymore because of the persecution. French people, yung nadala na sila. They don't like religion anymore. Yes. That's why the papacy was gained a wound. Nagkaroon sila ng sugat. Muna lang pansin lang. Okay, 1 minute. Wala naman ang picture. 457 BC to 1844 is 2,300 years. What happened on 1844? 1844 is one of our most unforgettable experience. The Seventh-day Adventist is not yet created in that year. It was Millerite movement. Millerite movement. William Miller is not our founder. Okay, yung mga latang founder, hindi naman founder yan. He is a Baptist preacher.
But even G. White follows William Miller.
No. Tapusin kami. Kasi hindi nyo maintindihan ng investigasyon. Okay. Ellen White was one of the founder of CdDvd. Kilala niyo ba yung iba? O, malis na yung...
Joseph Bates.
Okay, Tagalog na ako ah. Nag-viewer. Wala nang bukas eh.
There's no more time.
We have listener. Please say hello to Brother Robert Stroman. Okay. So, don't worry, it's our time. It's our hardship. It's our turn to speak hard English. No split. Okay. 5 minutes? Okay, 5 minutes. No. You cannot speak Tagalog because we have a listener. If you want tonight, the last part tonight, because tonight we still have fellowship, okay? So, I'd like to explain for 20 minutes. And anyone can cooperate with me, okay? And I wish to comment on 2,300 days. Although this is under a ministerial topic of 70 weeks of Daniel, but the main topic now, and we're gonna answer, is the sanctuary. And since this is English, after I upload this in YouTube, I'm gonna cut the English portion. I'm gonna repost the English to the English group. Now, I have several things to say about 2,300 days. First, please take note. Please check they are taking notes. Okay? So, number 1. How many of you knows Hanukkah? Hanukkah. Say amen.
Amen.
Okay, Hanukkah is a festival that came out from 2,300 days. So let's talk about the fulfillment, the original fulfillment. We also believe a future, you say it's a futurist, no? We also believe in a future fulfillment in the tribulation period. At a parallel fulfillment, a type and shadow. But let's go to the original historical fulfillment. When Daniel wrote about 2,300 days, it was not yet the Greek Empire. It was still under Medo-Persian Empire. Now, Medo-Persian Empire will be toppled by the Greek Empire. Under the Greek Empire, they will be split in 4. And one of those generals will have a descendant named Antiochus Epiphanes. Antiochus Epiphanes will defile the temple. After defiling the temple, there's a prophecy of 2,300 days until the sanctuary will be cleansed. So historically, the Maccabees defeated the forces of Antiochus, not directly because he was killed by God, supernaturally. And the forces left behind still held the temple. That's why it took 2,300 days. That's almost less than 7 years. Almost same as tribulation period. Now, after 2,300 days, the sanctuary was cleansed on December, our Christmas season of the world. That's the Jewish Hanukkah holiday. The Jewish Hanukkah holiday is the cleansing. They celebrate the cleansing of the temple. They cleanse the temple. How did they cleanse the temple? The Antiochus offered a pig on the altar, and they put many today's Christmas decoration of the temple. And cleansing the temple means removing all those things. Removing all those paganic decorations in the temple. Huh? Remodeling? That's Herod. It's decoration. They did not change the physical structure. They used the temple for their pagan gods. So cleansing the temple literally is removing all the pagan decorations in the temple. Now, so the original 2,300 days is literal days. You do not make it to 2,300 years. So, what SDA has taught is, starting from 70 weeks, you count 2,300 days, 2,000 from the time of start of the 70 weeks. You count 2,300 years, it will end up in 1844, correct? 1844. 1844, Christ entered the sanctuary, the most holy place. Okay? So, for them, 2,300 years is Christ entering the holy place. Then, at 1844, he entered the most holy place. That's the explanation. Okay. Let me explain. Hebrews 9 did not take place just in 1844. Hebrews 9 took place after Christ ascended up on high. You remember Christ said, "Touch me not, for I am not yet ascended to my Father and your Father, and my God and your God." Why did Christ, John 20:17, why did Christ say, "Touch me not"? Because he is a high priest. He is a lamb. When a high priest enters the most holy place, he cannot be disturbed. He cannot be talked to by anyone. He must be by himself. And he can even die while sprinkling the blood of atonement in the altar. That is what we are reading in Hebrews chapter 9. He appeared in the presence of God to offer up the sacrifice of himself. Him being the high priest, him being the Lamb of God. So Hebrews chapter 9 took place after Christ ascended up on high. After he offered himself up, he went back down to earth again to fellowship with the brethren for 40 days. After 40 days, he went up again to be the mediator. Okay? So, what does that mean? It means, it's not just 1844 that Christ entered the most holy place to offer up himself. From the time that he ascended out on high, bringing captivity captive, he was mediating. It's no longer offering. There's a difference. You died, you offered yourself up, you offered the sacrificial lamb. After that, you mediate for the people. So it's not just 1844. From the time that Christ ascended up on Pentecost until today, Christ is in the presence of God, mediating between God and man. That is the proper placement of prophecy. Okay? Now let me give a similar sanctuary typology. Could you erase this? Are you going to use this later? No. Please erase. I wish to show something very important. This is the end time, not all end time, only end time, and version of sanctuary, similar to SDA. Okay. In the end time message, they have what they call, erase this also. 1963, as though all mysteries has been opened to William Branham. The end time message have that version. The end time message have 1963 to say, oh, it is the time of investigative judgment. By the way, let me give some clarification. I will agree with the investigative judgment of SDA. It is the investigation of our hearts. But, let me again repeat, I don't believe it's only in 1844. Every believer will be investigated in their lifetime. Now, let's talk about, when I quoted end time message 1963, I'm not saying I believe this. I'm just quoting them to say I have my own version. Let's go back to 70 weeks. Did you know the 70 weeks did not finish yet, was not yet finished? It stopped at 69. After it stopped at 69, that 1 week left, that is the sanctuary. So let me compare SDA version and, let's say, from what I gleaned from it, compared it biblically. In the SDA version, it was 1844 that Christ entered the most holy place, symbolically. I'm going to follow that thought. I'm going to show biblically when would that be. It's not 1844. 69th week stopped at the cross. From the cross to the tribulation period, that is the holy place. Christ. I'm following the train of thought of the SDA as Christ entered the holy place, then through the most holy place.
Pastor, we have the doctrine to the screen. Yeah, that's the doctrine.
I can use that, but I'm going to use this illustration because that illustration is not exactly my drawing. I'm going to follow up the holy place. Focus on this, which we don't have any illustration of that first. We still have to make this track. And the most holy place. I'm going to prove that the most holy place is the last week of Daniel. Remember the sixfold prophecy, Daniel 9:24, reconciliation of iniquity and make an end of sins. That is entering the most holy place. Now, remember that the temple. Before you enter the compound, there is the altar of sacrifice. Amen? Before you enter the the holy place, there is the golden laver. You know that? If there's a golden laver, there is the day of Pentecost. The water. Day of Pentecost. Okay. After you enter the holy place, what do you find? The menorah, the table of shewbread. What is that? The 7 church ages. The 7 church ages is the fulfillment that Christ entered the not yet most holy place, the table of shewbread, did the video stop, Brother Magellan? Continue. Wait, before you go to incense, the evidence. Here we have table of shewbread, the manna, the unleavened bread. Okay. There we also have the menorah, right? Is that in the book of Revelation? Yes. As Christ and vision of John, Christ walking in the midst of the 7 candlesticks. The 7 candlesticks represent the 7 churches. The 7 churches represent the 7 ages. This is the proper biblical parallel, okay? So Christ here is by typology in the holy place. Now open in Revelation chapter 8. Before the start of the tribulation, there's the altar of incense. In the temple area, before you enter the most holy place, there is the altar of incense. The incense represents the prayers of the saints. Where is that? Revelation chapter 8 verse, what verse? Look it up. Please require reading whisper. What verse is it? Please open up. Revelation 8 what? What verse is the altar of incense? The bowls of judgment. The bowls of judgment is the altar of incense itself. Now, how did I know that the tribulation period, entering the last week of Daniel, is like entering the most holy place? Because there is the bowls of judgment, which are the prayers of the saints. These are the incense. That's the incense. So when you enter the most holy place, there is a verse in Revelation the ark was seen in heaven. You know that? That's in chapter what? 14? Chapter 15. 15. So, what happens when they saw the Ark of the Covenant? The whole world will be destroyed. So, what is the biblical Christ entering the most holy place? The earth entering a period of judgment. I believe the SDA teach the same also. But they applied in 1844. That was too early. Of course, they could serve as a stepping stone. SDA could serve as a stepping stone to understand this. But the real judgment is still to come. What we are having right now is just a preview of the actual judgment. When the actual judgment comes, that is the time Christ enters into the most holy place. Through the bowels of judgment will be poured out in the last part of the tribulation. That is when Christ, the ark was in heaven, and when you read that in the book of Revelation, that it's a dreadful time on the earth wherein many people will be killed. Their blood will gush out like grapes of wrath, pressing down the grapes, pushing out the blood. Okay? Harvesting the blood. So, that is the biblical sanctuary doctrine. Now, the sanctuary itself, the temple, is now a picture of a timeline from the crucifixion of Christ at the end of time, when Christ comes back to earth again to reap judgment of the earth. That is the biblical sanctuary parallelism. So, SDA teaching of 1844 could just contributed to understand this. Because in the end time message, there's they ignored about Seventh-day Adventists, but there's a similar teaching at 1963. But we believe it's not 1963. Somewhere in the future. 1963, like 1844, could set a precedent. Like time is near. And later, time will be no more. Okay? So, 2,300 days, can it be a parallel? Yes. 2,300 days is almost 6 years. You want to share? Okay, come to the podium. So, almost 6 years, going to the 7th year, what happens? There's something dreadful will happen in the end part. That's the several days extra. Okay, continue.
Okay, so I want to share also about this. The literal days of 2,300 days. Can you open the illustration, Sister Erika? I have this an illustration of how we interpret the 2,300 days. Maybe you said that we are preterists about this. Prophecy fulfilled already. Because of many reasons. Why? First, if you read Daniel 8:14, the 2,300 days, the word days there is literal days. So, the 2,300 days is starting point here. 171 BC until 164 BC. When Maccabees rededicate the most holy place, the temple in Jerusalem to the God of Israel. This is the starting point. So it's approximate 7 years. But Mother Francis said Christ will enter into the most holy in 7 years tribulation. Can you plus the 7 years tribulation, Sister Erika? So the 2,300 days will have parallel application in the future event. So we are preterists, historicists, futurists. Yeah. We believe that there are many there are prophecies that already fulfilled. We already believe that the prophecy will be fulfilled in the future. Okay? Can you zoom out this chart? Okay. Brother Francis used the illustration of this illustration. This is the beautiful illustration of Brother Gan about the 7 years tribulation. Actually, the 2,300 days when Antiochus Epiphanes in the past will happen again. This is the 7 years tribulation. And the sanctuary here, the sanctuary in Daniel 8:14 is the temple or the most holy place. When Antiochus, Sister Erica, can you go back to the personal illustration? Antiochus Epiphanes report confirms the covenant. What is that covenant? Daniel 9:27. So this is the parallel application of what the Antichrist in the other illustration I've shown before. Sister Erica, can you plus the 7 years revelation? Here. When the Pope will go to Jerusalem to sit on the temple of God and declare him as God, the sanctuary was profaned here. So, from here to here is almost 7 years. Literal 7 years. And for your information, historian Josephus, he declares that, please open Daniel 8:14. I don't know if you believe to Jewish historian Josephus. He declares this. He said unto me, unto 2,300 days, then shall be the sanctuary be cleansed. If you read the whole entire verse, the whole entire chapter, you could see that there are 4 beasts or 2 beasts, the Medo-Persian Empire and the Grecian Empire. You could see, let's go to upper verse 13. Then I heard one saint speaking, and another saint said unto that certain saints which spake, how long shall be the vision concerning the daily sacrifice? What is the daily sacrifice? The daily sacrifice is literal days. The word daily. So the daily sacrifice, obviously, it was the sacrifice of the Jewish sacrificial offering to God. Every day they have the offering, sin offering to the Lord. I hope we have the tabernacle illustration here, but it's okay. The daily sacrifice and the transgression of the desolation to give both to the sanctuary. The sanctuary is the most holy place. So if you read the history, I also believe, or even SDA believe also, that Antiochus Epiphanes profaned the sanctuary. That sanctuary is the holy place in Israel. In my illustration here, Antiochus Epiphanes, the madman, he profaned the most holy place. So, Antiochus abolished the sacrifice, 167 BC, and the statue of Jupiter erected to the altar. And that was the 167 BC. And after that, when Judas Maccabees, I hope you understand what I'm saying. This is history. When Judas Maccabee killed Antiochus Epiphanes, that was 164 BC on December 25th. They what do you call that? Inihandog. They offered to God on December 25, 164 BC, the temple again. So the 2,300 days is literal days. It is 6.9 years and 100. 6.9 years. So for me, this prophecy will gonna happen again during the tribulation period. Sister Erica, this is my last presentation. Antiochus Epiphanes is parallel to the papacy during their times. This is the half of the week. He shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week. And in the midst of the week, he shall cause the sacrifice and oblation to cease. Read Revelation chapter 11, verse 1, down to verse 5. You could see, John was given a rod. And here, verse 2. There's someone that was in the holy city, in the temple. If you read verse 1, there's temple here, there, in verse 1. Verse 1. The temple. The temple of God. Actually, Seventh-day Adventists don't believe that there's third temple that will be rebuilt. But anti-message believer believe that there will be the third temple that will build in the time after the rapture will come up. So this illustration, focus on the illustration. The two prophets will come, and the Pope will go to Jerusalem and will seize the oblation and the sacrifice. Then after that, the Pope will kill the two prophets. Then after that, here, Brother Francis said, Christ will enter into the most holy. The first part here, entering. Here, you could read on your Bible in Revelation. Revelation 11:5, right? 15:5. Revelation 15:5. This is my last verse. And after I looked, and behold, the temple of the tabernacle of the testimony in the heaven was opened. Verse 6, and the 7 angels came out of the temple, having the 7 plates, clothed in pure and white linen, and having their breasts girded with golden girdle. Verse 7. And one of the 4 beasts gave unto the 7 angels golden vials full of wrath of God. The ending of the cleansing of the sanctuary during the tribulation is when the Armageddon will end. This is Armageddon, and the sanctuary will be cleansed during that time. Mr. MC, I will go back to you.
Sino po gusto magtanong sa topic na? Do you have any question about topic of 70 weeks of Daniel? Or none?
Kaso, pwede kayo lagay ng topic nyo. Tatapusin mo na yung apat na. So, mag-raise ng topic. Depende.
Okay. Pakikat nga, please cut, Brother Magellan. Barmenan, could you cut na my video? So we can freely Tagalog.